Good morning. Today is day 473 of me making a full-length animated movie inside of Blender. And today, guys, I have yet another game plan. So today is actually going to be a little bit different than normal. Today, instead of doing a whole bunch of Blender things, I'm going to be working on reworking the script, which is actually really scary. And normally you don't want to end up doing this like so far into production. But honestly speaking, I've just scratched the surface of production. So that's actually not too big of a deal. But at the same time, I'm also going to work on, like, when I get a little tired of working on the script, the hospital, which I'm working on in Blender. I've been working on it for, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, and maybe more or less of that. I don't know. But I'm going to continue working on that and just making the environment, which is lots of fun. But at the same time, I'm mostly going to be working on the script. So I have on my whiteboard back here, I don't know if you guys could see that, all over here, I just have, like, first scene, like some things I like about it. So I like the words Betty says, the main character, and I'm basically putting all my notes just boom on the whiteboard. And I also decided to get the ladder out right here, so I could get way up here. Actually, you can't even see that; it's that high. Way up here, and like basically because I've like it's 110 pages. You know, it's long, so I want to be able to get all my notes out there. And my main beef with my script, because I wrote it and I could say this, is the first 10 pages especially. And I've known this for a long time, but I didn't realize like every time I reread it, it gets more dire in my opinion. Like it could work right now as a movie, but I don't like it very much. So I'm gonna continue to try and make it the best movie possible. And this is my best attempt at making it better. So just kind of rethinking how I want to introduce the character, sort of. So let's get started. That means I should turn this. I turned off all my other monitors because I ended up with three, and I just have my script back there, right here, and I have my whiteboard, and I'm just going through scene by scene and kind of being like, okay, is this necessary or is it not? And that's really important. And I'm finding that, especially in the beginning, I have this whole like I wasn't quite sure where I was going when I was writing. When in the very beginning, like once I got kind of moving forward, I sort of was like, okay, I kind of know what's gonna happen now. Like I see where I'm going, and I did the whole save the cat thing where I plotted with sticky notes, or actually, it's not supposed to be sticky notes; it's supposed to be note cards. But whatever, I plotted out the whole plot of the movie, and as I got going, eventually it kind of changed a little bit, but I kept pretty closely on to that. But with the beginning of the movie, I was really just kind of throwing stuff on the wall until I kind of got myself going. Getting myself through the first draft was the hardest thing, I think, if I can remember at least. It's hard to remember. It was like 2 years ago or something. So I'm now going through the wreckage of my past mistakes, and trying to make this something that I really like more. Because there's just this whole they have like the sequence in this garden, and then there's like they go to this other place, and there's a better way to do it. And I know there is, but it's hard to figure out what that is. And I have some ideas, lots of ideas, like all over there, lots of ideas. But like how do I now take all these and condense them into 12 minutes? That's actually kind of hard. Or or I'll have the problem of it'll be like 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, I just did the first act in 2 minutes somehow. What have I done? So it is a quite the balancing act. Something I do know, and I'm having a hard time with, is I'm trying to figure out who in the world is this villain, Spud Dopper. Like, is he the same guy at the end of the movie? Well, no, he has his own character arc, sort of, but um, I need to set up that. I need to set up where I ended up taking him, sort of. So yeah, I'm just thinking here. So I know it's not a straightforward process, and there's not like a right or wrong answer either. And I like right or wrong answers. I'm like, yeah, I have an answer book, but there's no answer book for this sort of stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm working on, guys. So it's I think almost the afternoon now, which is fun. I've spent all this morning pacing the room, just trying to like conjure up some ideas. I don't know. So my whiteboard is now very full of scattered thoughts and different storylines, which are actually kind of surprisingly well. Some of them I kind of like actually. So I'm excited. This is really good, but it's not at all done. So I think I'm gonna take a little break, because I've reached the point where I'm just kind of hitting my head out against the wall, which is not very fun, but it happens. So I think what I'm gonna do is work on the hospital scene again. So I'll just jump into Blender maybe till lunch or something, and maybe come back after then and do another round of just hitting my head against the wall, because that's normally how I end up coming up with good ideas. Oh yeah, definitely. I might ask my friend for help, who, like my writer friend, because I've really noticed that the first act is atrocious. I love the ending of the movie mostly, and I love the second act, and I love the climax, and I love all these other parts of the movie, but the way I set things up is just like killing me right now. I'm like, Josh, what were you thinking? So I'm kind of reverse engineering a lot of things, and for example, I'm not going to give too much details, because I don't want to spoil anything. But there's was an accident that 20 years ago that has caused all this drama. And then now it's finally coming to fruition. Kind of the well, not coming to fruition, but the actions that people took 20 years ago, and with this accident, and that's all I'm going to say, has led to a world where today happens in the movie, if that makes any sense. So, say, me eating pure sugar for like 30 years, 20 years ago, is finally affecting me today, in the real world. Now, I'm not 30 years old, and I've not been eating pure sugar, so that's not true. But that was supposed to be that was a horrible example, Joshua. Okay, stop, get help. But in all seriousness, this is, thinking about the backstory and the things that people don't need to know about in the movie, but I need to know to be able to write the movie, is really important. And also, I'm loving the whiteboard. It's so epic, seriously. For real. It's like my favorite thing right now in the whole world. I think I already said this, but I got the ladder and I'm like way up high, because I know I'm going to fill this whole thing up pretty soon. So yeah, just, oops. Just taking things one step at a time, trying to enjoy the journey. So, it is the evening, hence me saying good evening, and I think everything is recording. And I'm used to being a lot closer to the camera, so this is kind of weird. I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know, but I'm gonna try this. So cool. So today has been fraught with much thought. Rhymed. That's fun. So yeah, I'm just looking at my whiteboard. My favorite thing to do. And I have a lot of ideas up there right now. I'm kind of going through, well, the whole story circle, with myself right now, because I'm going all over the place trying to figure out what's going on with Betty, and just trying to figure it out. So not much like documentable happened today, honestly speaking. Boom, pillow. But this is very necessary, this step. And honestly, I really enjoy doing this for some reason. For some reason, I really like coming in here and just like walking around and like thinking. And it's like, yes, I'm doing something. I don't know why. I don't know, it's just something about that creative process is a lot different than making things like in 3D or something. And I really like it. Like, I don't really aspire to be a writer at all, really, necessarily. And if I one day like write like books and things, that'll be like really fun to look back on. But like I don't like, it's not my sort of thing. But I do like coming up with things, and like sometimes that thing is like a whole series. Like I've come up with like all sorts of random things. But now I'm actually doing it, for real, and it's a lot, So my sister's been helping me like come up with like who is Betty, and like what are her wants versus her needs. That was like boom, mind blown. Wow, so cool. So right now her wants, well, yeah, I can give you, I think I could give you that, even though it's probably gonna change. Well, I constantly say I think something's gonna change and it doesn't change, and I think it is gonna change and it does change. So let's just go with what I have up there on the whiteboard. So the want right now is If I can read my own handwriting. Ha, very funny. Enters dramatically Caden.
And you guys, one of the funny things about this whole thing is that,
You don't know what to say. Yeah, okay, funny. That's what's funny. So her want is to basically win this grand race that happens, and to not feel useless, and then to, let's see, all right, fulfill her parents' vacant big shoes that, like, because her parents, or especially her dad and uncle, were like big, big names in the horse racing industry. I guess I shouldn't buy air quotes about it. That's a thing apparently. But even though it's an unspoken like thing to fill, she like deep down feels like she needs to fill those shoes, and therefore she wants to win this race, and therefore she has this insecurity. And then what she needs is to actually fail, and basically know that she can be loved without winning. Like, it doesn't. Her family doesn't need her to win, is basically what she needs to realize. So just coming up with those sort of things, and then coming up with a backstory to like why she's, let's see, what is that? She's scared to try things because she might lose control, and then she's scared to, what is that? She's scared to stop doing things because then she'll fail and let her people she loves down. And just coming up with like her psychology basically. And if I get that down, then I can get the antagonist down, and then I can get like her just filling in pieces in the puzzle. And it's really fun. I like doing that for some reason. It's super, it feels like you're doing something big almost. It's like, okay, this is so exciting, like let's go. But it's also really hard at the same time. So yeah, it's quite the journey. And I'm just trying to enjoy the journey casually here, guys. All right, I'm gonna stop. But in all seriousness, this is really, it's been good today to do this. Put some epic Hans Zimmer music in the background and just like do some stuff, And also Kane's composing some music live for me in the background for no reason. I'm waiting for the chord to come in. Okay, it's not there, but that's fine. Sorry, talking with music in the background is really fun. Yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys today. I was like feeling like I didn't even want to record this clip because I just want to keep going with this, kind of. Dude, what in the world? All right, Kane wants me to give him a shameless plug right now because he's working on the second version of the song "Enjoy the Journey," which is, he has an original version already on Spotify. It's called "Enjoy the Journey." Wow, he took my line literally. But yeah. So I think is that what you want, Kane? He's playing it in the background for some reason. With that, enjoy the journey. And dude, why are you suddenly good at the piano?
Because you're so emotional.
Oh wow, okay. End it. Wait, I'm supposed to end this because Kane said to end it, so
Stop saying
yeah, that's all I got for you guys though. So see you guys next week, probably, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Bye-bye. I literally have to get up and like